did it. I do the mail-in like that.
I vote locally, but I don't know who I'm voting for, and that's why I said I bet you could get more people out here voting if they actually knew what they were doing. Like, I know they do those, you know, this is their policies and da-da-da-da-da. But make it something to where someone like me would want to go to. I'm not interested in politics, so now you have to find a way for someone who's not interested in politics to be in your room. You can't make someone not interested in something come to your event that they're not interested in. So you somehow have to figure out how to curate an event that'll get people who are not interested in politics in a room. They have to know that they're in there, and there will be some political speak.
But if you're not interested at all, then you don't even care how the government works, but then you want to have an opinion about it.
Yeah.
And then that's how you get dragged into politics.
Yeah, uninformed opinions. That thing is monstrous.
What?
God told me that's my new signature.
What about the E-bones?
You don't get to celebrate my butt unless you want to apologize for disrespecting me when it deflated. You don't get to enjoy it today without saying, you know, you made me feel a kind of way when you would talk about how flat my butt was. If you don't know, then you don't know.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Mrs. Appleton.
That's on you, friend. That's on you. Thank you, dear. Hello. We made it before you closed.
Did you have a reservation with us?
We don't. Can we get in?
Yeah, as of right now, I won't have anything in my dining room until after 7:30, so it's going to be about an hour. But my bar is the same service, same menu, if you're okay with doing that in there.
Can you sit there?
Can we sit by the non-existing fire?
Yeah, you can sit anywhere in there, any of those open tables.
All right, awesome. Can we? That's where we're going.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Remember the last time we were here, we sat by the fire?
I walked.
Yeah, I told you. I said that earlier. You'll get. This is our club, Shay Shay.
Oh, you want me to sit over there?
No, you can sit next to me and clean your seat off.
We gotta use the table.
I just sat down. You do whatever you want to. I was just joking about Club Shay Shay because it got the thing and the fireplace. Oh, tell them to turn it on?
Yeah.
These people would have a cow. We really need to make some white friends. You start fucking with them motherfuckers. And get in his ear? You know the game he will steal. Excellent, how are you? Yes.
Are we just doing drinks tonight or dinner?
Dinner as well. Thank you.
Have you ever ate dinner like this on the table? Like that?
Oh, you want to sit somewhere else?
I'm saying, we can get that table right here.
Oh, yeah. I just was trying to be nostalgic, but I do realize that they changed the table out since we ate here.
They have that table right there.
Yeah, this is a end table. When she comes back, we'll move either to the high top or the low top. I didn't catch on to what you were saying. I thought you had to eat. You were going to sit next to me versus sitting across from me so you could have more table space.
Yeah, it's a funny little eat like this.
Yes. We're actually going to move to a regular table.
So that,
Thank you.
There's menus there for you, and then I'll grab some water.
Awesome. Thank you, dear. Be nice to people. Be nice to people all the time, not when it benefits you. Always, always, always. Always what? Nice to people?
Yeah.
You remember when I used to always be mean to people?
Yeah.
I graduated.
Yeah.
I would have such an attitude with the people at the drive-thru.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, let's look at the people who work drive-thru. So.
You don't want to spit in your food, don't you?
Yeah. I know. You know, and there's nothing against it, but just to have this honesty conversation, you know, Illinois works with a bunch of felons. So when you think about nothing against people who have committed crimes, but now let's start looking at the socio-economical status. I gotta say all of this, so people are like, let's look at the socio-economical status. Let's look at the background of someone who had committed a crime to that degree. Now we're looking at a person in the school system and the potential household. So now we're looking at what is the education and ability to communicate and comprehend and have emotional intelligence. And these are the people who are making my burger. I understand if they make a mistake or they have to ask me 4 times. I get it.
But you gotta understand that's probably the only job they can get.
Exactly. So be nice to them.
Mm-hmm. They don't want to be there.
They don't. But they don't know how to be anywhere else. If they knew how to be somewhere else, they'd be somewhere else, right?
They should run for president.
I believe that they could do it.
They got felons running right now.
Yeah, but just because you're a felon and just because you don't have the abilities like Donald Trump don't mean you don't have the ability to be the president. I think I could run for president right now.
What you having to drink?
Strawberry lemonade. Strawberry lemonade. Strawberry lemonade. You know, I have been trying to manifest. Look, I'm gonna stop turning myself off. You're just gonna have to get used to me. Okay? If you want to have a relationship with me, you're gonna have to allow me to be me. Mm-hmm. Like, for real. Like, no, I don't think like that. I don't do that. You don't get to have no more rebuttals, and I don't get to have no more rebuttals. You have to get to know me if you want to be with me. That makes sense? Yeah. You don't think like me, but you gotta figure this shit out. That's the only way we're gonna work, because either I turn myself off from you, and then you're gonna go see me be Miss Sparkle with everybody else, because I can be my full self with those people, because I only surround myself with people I can be myself with. That's why we're like, you gotta go talk to so-and-so. No, I'm good. I'm not going over there to pretend, and he ain't gotta pretend with me. I only surround myself with people I could be myself with. But then I come home to you and I have to shut myself down because you don't think like me. You know what I'm saying? So the only way that we're going to work is you allow me to be me, because this makes me happy. And I'm not a bad person.
I'm not telling you not to be you.
You know, no, I'm not. Well, you are, indirectly. You may not say, you're not saying don't be you, but you're saying in order to be with you and to make you happy, I have to be a version of myself that I'm no longer. I'm not her anymore. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. You can attest and say I'm not her anymore. I don't even know how to pretend to be her anymore because I'm not her. I don't like her. She was mean. She treated me like shit. She was a bitch. And I've apologized multiple times for treating you that way. You never deserved to be spoken to that way. Like, when I lost my stuff that other night, that's how I used to talk to you, right? Like, period. That's how I used to always blow up on you. But it's so infrequent now that when I did do it, you're like, oh, she acting crazy. Can you say that I used to act like that?
Yeah, but you ain't never called me soft and a bitch and all of that shit.
Yeah, because that's how I felt. I was extra disrespectful, and I apologize for that. In anger, I don't know how to say that effectively, but I still feel the same way. I see you in a different light, but I still feel the same way. I feel that you could have hustled harder. And I'm just going to say that. I don't know. I'm not saying what you did wasn't enough. I'm just saying that that's what I felt. And based off of you not talking to me, I have no idea what you're out here doing, except talking shit about me on the internet and turning people against me. That's all I know that you're... It's how I feel, so I don't have to give you any
Have you guys been in here before?
Yes, we have.
Wonderful. Welcome back. Are we celebrating or?
Celebrating life.
Here we go. Love it. So what are we drinking?
Can I have a strawberry lemonade?
I want a Dos Equis.
Dos Equis, do you need a glass or no?
No, I don't.
Here we go.
Thank you, dear. I'm just saying, like, I feel, because any example that I can give, you can give a counter, because you believe you are. So it's not for you to prove to me that you were doing something that you believed you were doing. Based off of the information that I had, this is the impression that I had. Can that make sense? Based on what I knew, this is what I believe to be true. Okay, so based on what I knew, because don't act like we've been talking to each other. Don't act like you've been sharing anything except for what you have shared with me. Don't act like there hasn't been a separation from my side and your side. It hasn't just been me. And whatever reason you chose or whatever reason I chose, something that was revealed to me the other day is we cause our own problems. You checking out from the family, I feel, partially, is a result of the family checking out from you. You're like, well, shit, my family off doing their own thing, so let me entertain myself. And then your family's looking at you like, why you checked out? Well, because I had to check out. Y'all was ignoring me. So I understand now, whether that you know that to be true or not, that's what God revealed to me, so that I can now check myself and make sure not I'm as least amount of times possible the reason why you choose to check out. I want you to always be present with me. I want you to always be present with our children. And that's my expectation. This is us hashing out our agreement. This is what this space has entered. I'm telling you what I need, and I want you to tell me what you need, so that we can do what we need to do in order to save this marriage.
Thank you for that. I think we need more involvement with each other. We need to build with each other and come up with ideas to better bond with each other. We don't do nothing for ourselves. Us sitting down like we doing now, just talking and having dinner or something. We don't do that. We don't talk. You either on your cell phone or editing a video or doing something. You're not really approachable.
And I can say the byproduct of not being able to be yourself around someone, so you occupy yourself. So it's the same difference, where I was saying, because we didn't welcome you because you didn't move like us, you're like, fuck it, I'll entertain myself, And it may not even started at me. There may have been a time way before us that you were just like, I'm gonna entertain myself. Maybe the people around you doing shit you don't do, maybe, I don't know. But some point in your life, you said, fuck it, I'm gonna entertain myself. And that's what's happened in our family. And so with you and I, because I cannot speak to you like this and have the feedback that you're giving me right now, I usually don't get this feedback. You're usually saying, well, me, I, and I'm just like, I'm not attacking you. I'm saying these are our growth potentials. I've been watching you, and here's how I see you can grow. I don't complain about everything about you. Like in your head, you may exaggerate and say, all you do is complain about me, but if you truly think about it, I don't complain about you a lot. And if it is a lot, it is the same thing, right? It's the same complaint. It's not a new complaint, so it's like I'm complaining about everything all the time. It's the manifestation of the same thing. And it hasn't been the same thing from the beginning. I used to talk to you about the way you talk to the kids. I don't say nothing about how you talk to the kids now. Now, there's some on-off stuff, but I used to be on you. Stop speaking disbelief over my children. I don't say none of that. You discipline them and you come, I'm about to discipline them. Nigga, go discipline them. It's your job. Like, please. I don't say nothing to you about that. It's off and on. Most of what our issues have been right now are us and how we communicate. So when I say I don't always have the same problem, go ahead.
I agree with that.
And so, that's what we need. And we need to be able to bend to each other's will. You don't have to bend to nobody else's will in the world, but you gotta bend to my will. And I have to bend to yours. So if you tell me I want you to be nicer to XYZ because it's a valuable relationship to you, I will no longer be the, no, I'm good. But you have to tell me it's a valuable relationship to you. I'm working here. I'm not always going to like your business partners. But that don't mean I ain't going to show up like, I will be her, period. but you have to tell me the value. If you want me to go speak to so-and-so because I want to go speak to so-and-so, I'm good. But if you want me to go speak to so-and-so because you need me to broker a deal and you need me to soften up the space for you with that feminine energy, no, you go in there, go speak to so-and-so. Go say hi, ask the wife about the pie recipe. And I will go ask about the pie recipe, knowing full and goddamn well I'm not baking a pie. You know, but I'll do whatever.
Get the recipe.
I'm just trying to get the recipe. So now when you see so-and-so in the hallway, you be like, my wife made that pie, it was the bomb. And then you enter into the conversation you want to have. So this is the partnership that I'm trying to partner with you. And that's with our family. That's with our business. We ain't got to be in the same business. We just need to be businesses. You know, and when I know what your aspirations are, now I'm out here in these streets looking for opportunities for you. You know, like I said, this panel came from me being a part of an organization. I told you when I got the opportunity, you're like, oh, that's cool. And nothing against it. This is the energy we're moving under. But I've been affiliated with this organization for a very long time. Very interesting story how I ended up in a room with Josephine. But you don't know any of that, because I feel if I did tell you the story, you wouldn't feel how important this story is to me. Because if you could feel how important this story is to me, you would give me your full attention. No, I'm not saying you're not. I'm telling you. You can read. I was reading the menu when you were. You're not scrolling your phone, you're just trying to figure out what you eat, and those are two different distractors. Yeah, and I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, when you start feeling how excited I am about things, and you give me that excitement back, and now we can build in that excitement, now we're doing something. And that's all I want to do. And I'm sorry I've criticized you to this point. I'm sorry that I feel, or I'm sorry if I have caused you to feel that I'm attacking you or saying that you're less than. I only have the language and the abusive language and behavior that I've always had. I've always been abusive. This is my first time trying not to be abusive. You know, like I said, I do. I told you this. First of all, I've been engaged multiple times before you. You were the first person I married, and there was no question when I married you. I know who you are. And please know, in 2010 when I told you you can't afford me, whatever I told you, I don't remember what I told you, you're not good enough for me, something like that. I said something, that's fucked up. And you took it as a challenge. So understand that the first time I triggered you was because I said the most mean shit I could ever say to you. You ain't good enough for me. And you're like, oh, I'm about to prove this bitch wrong. And you did. Thank you.
Any appetizers for you guys?
Do you like calamari?
We do have calamari. You want to get that going?
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, in our hypothetical situation or story, I referred to myself as a bitch. I'm a queen. I'm gonna prove this queen wrong. And you rose, and you rose, and you rose, and you got me. And now when you come to a space where I see you are self-destructing, you're literally like a kid that's just clearing the table, throwing a tantrum and clearing the table. That's what your behavior has been in relation to your family. Your mouth says that you want your family, but your actions have been, you know, speaking against my children. Like, those my kids. Like, wherever they go, I go. You know what I'm saying? Your issues with the door. You know, there's issues I see with all the children, but we don't need to hash all that stuff tonight. What I'm saying is, you can't take a stance against my child if I don't agree with what my child is doing as disrespect. All she's doing is speaking truths to you that you're not willing to receive from a child. Because you know more than her, but she has a fresh child perspective and she's watching you as a man, as a father figure, as a husband, as all these different things, and she's running as far as she can away from your demonstration. And that's just something you need to know. that if you pride yourself as a father, no matter how difficult the child relationship, you can't say, fuck you, I'm not your dad anymore. That just doesn't make sense, right? You shouldn't abandon her just because she's trying to find her voice, which you want her to have. You want her to be able to speak up for things that she sees are unjust. She just needs to learn how. She real mouthy with it. But you can't deny if she's saying that Michael is afraid of you. I have it on video. Michael is afraid of you. And you said, he's not afraid of me. Michael, are you afraid of me? And these aren't the exact words. I can't remember the exact words, but this was the gist of the conversation. He was like, am I mean to you? She said, because I know if I don't say the exact words, you may not receive this message. But you said, Michael, am I mean to you? Oh. Okay, so here's the full story. Spirit's saying, tell the full story. You said something jokingly to Michael, but Michael didn't know how to receive it. He didn't know if you were being aggressive with him or you were joking with him. And so Adoy said, it's because you're always mean to him. And you're like, I'm not always mean to him. And she's like, you are, because if you weren't, he would know if you were joking or not. But because you're always aggressive, even when you're joking, Michael didn't know how to read it because he doesn't know how to read energy yet. He's 7 years old. He doesn't know how to read when somebody is joking or when someone's serious. He just knows this is a behavior. That makes sense? Mm-hmm. And that's all Adoy was saying. But you were just like, whatever, Michael, am I mean? And Michael said, no, not really. You focused on the no. You should have focused on the not really. Because the not really means there's some growth that you need to do, because you should never want your kids to think that you're mean. Even when I was disciplining Kaden, I'm a mom. I'm not expecting you to move like mom. But when I was disciplining Kaden last night, I was just like, now do you need a hug? He's like, I do. Well, then come give me a hug. I don't hate you. I'm not mad at you. This is all love. Mm-hmm. God put me in night and day kindergarten classes, Dre. That first one was like, I likened it to, you know how you have that first baby and you're just like, if this is what having a baby is, I'll have 50. Mm-hmm. That was the first kindergarten class. So right across the street, the lady was like, are you available to sub? I was like, hell yeah, after this. And actually I said this at the beginning of the day. But I finished. I was like, oh yeah, let's go now. Next kindergarten class, I promise every single child had something going on. Everything. Every fucking thing. I was like, this is the room that they put all the forgotten kids in. I'm like, my God, how did they group up? I was like, either the teacher had zero classroom management skills, and these kids just running all over her, or they found all the kids that they couldn't put in the other classes, and they put it in this class, because this class was, they gave me a run for my money. I'll never sub for this teacher again. And I literally had to physically restrain a child because he was, throwing his weight around at other kids. And then when the principal came, this child has to be physically restrained. And this is a class that's in general population. And I know they want all kids to feel, but these kids aren't learning. That child didn't pick up one pencil unless he was using it to draw all over himself and other stuff. He didn't pick up no paper unless he was making a paper airplane. He was running around playing in stations, crawling under the teacher's desk, playing at the sink. This was swear for God, this is my day. So when you say don't stress, I literally, I'm gonna keep it G, I lost a kid. The principal was like, where's such and such? I was like, because we have pictures. So I'm chasing this kid, there's a couple of pictures where this kid is in the background, and I'm probably behind them like this, because I'm chasing this kid while people are taking their school pictures, and I'm the sub. What the fuck impact am I gonna make? He's not listening. Oh, I got his ass, but he's not gonna listen to me. Thank you, dear.
But it's gonna be a little hot.
Awesome. Have a good evening. So
I forgot, do they have macaroni and cheese here?
I'm not sure. Don't give me the lion. Bless the food that prepared, or bless the hands that prepared the food that we're about to receive. Remove all energies from it. cover our meal today with God, divine love, and growth. And please let this be the breakthrough. My mouth is juicy. Please let this be the breakthrough that I've been praying for, Lord. I haven't known what to pray for, but I do want my marriage. So please let this be the breakthrough that I've been praying for. Amen. Yeah, but yeah, I'm fighting with this kid, and then there's a little boy named Hannibal. They named a little black boy named Hannibal.
That's terrible.
I was so upset.
Who did that to that young man?
But he wasn't all there.
I know, with a name like that.
I'm saying he was embodying the name, and that's trying to be polite because it is a child. But all I'm doing is sitting in these classes like, this is your future, America. Because Hannibal is just going to get passed up and passed up and passed up, run around. It's just going to get passed up and passed up and passed up. King is just going to get passed up and passed up. I gave them the flashcards for him. And then when I went to talk to him, I was like, have you been doing your flashcards? He was like, I've been doing reading eggs. I was like, I went all the way to the principal with those flashcards, and they still didn't make it to this young man. That's the system failing them. Because either they think their way is better, their way has been in place. It's not the way, it's the person who's implementing the way. That young man, after I spoke to him, yes, I'm getting emotional. That young man, after I spoke to him, came, he was like, can I give you a hug? And I was like, look me in my eye. And I told him, I was like, what is your name? And he was like, King. I was like, do you think a king should be able to read? Yes. So why can't you read? I spoke into his soul. And afterwards, he said, can I give you a hug?
You know you meant well.
Yes. And so...
That's just like, yo, what is that?
The white one?
Yeah.
And then I went home and printed out some flashcards. Let's try this one.
Well, that was good.
I went home and printed out some of Caden's flashcards and took them up to the school. And first, for some reason, this shit's wild. King's teacher's on some sort of medical leave. That's how I ended up subbing for her. But she ain't been back. So I have not had a classroom teacher to partner with to teach this young boy. So now it's all these random people who sign up to sub who are in there with this young man that don't know how to support him. His teacher's gone. I can only get to him.
But where's the other teachers at? He only got one teacher all day? Oh, yeah, it's kindergarten or something, right?
First grade.
Okay.
He doesn't get pulled out for resource nothing. He clearly can't read, and I don't know when they do the assessments, and maybe they just haven't done it yet. We're gonna give him that, but they still haven't given the young man my flashcard. So, and then I'm talking to the sub. I was like, well, you know, I gave him some flashcards, and she was like, he's gonna have to want to do it. I was like, yeah, but who's going to teach him how to want to do it? If he is being faced with playing with toys and doing some damn flashcards, he's always going to choose toys. The adults have to make him want to do it. Sit your ass down and read this book. And then when you're done, then you can go play on your little raggedy ass Kindle. But you don't give me what I want before you go get what you want. Because what I want for you is to reach your highest potential. You want to just sit around on your fucking Kindle. Meet me in the middle. And that's all I'm asking with this family.
And veg out.
Yeah, and that's all I'm asking with this family. I just want you to meet me halfway. Like, really, I don't want to run into no more stops. I don't. I'm not going to change. I'm not going to stop. What, you going to that room today? That's where I'm headed. Like, that's low run. That's entry level. But I believe once we get there, you'll finally start believing. And I'm taking us to a level of wealth we've never seen before. That's what I'm birthing. And if you truly believe that, how powerful we will be. And I think today, you got to see what my little making videos on the bed got us. My making videos on the bed got us into that room. What else can my making videos on the bed get us? So,
Possibly $1 million.
so believe it. Why can't it? It could even be through you. I wouldn't have been in that room if it wasn't for you. I was like, God, why the hell you give Andre the blessing before me? I'm the one trying to be on the panels. Well, I wouldn't have been in that room if you weren't in that room. So that opportunity was as much for you as it was for me. And I wouldn't even gotten that room if it wasn't for you.
It was a great opportunity for both of us.
Instead of being your enemy, why did Andre get in the room before me? I could be your partner. Thank you, God, for using my husband to put us in the rooms that we need to be to build our family legacy. It's not me versus you, and I have to change my mentality. And I encourage you to do the same because I feel that you have it's you versus me mentality. And your bio children, for me, are different than my bio children. Because my bio children grew up in the home with you. Your bio children did not grow up in the home with me. So you were automatically put in a position of father. And I was automatically put in a position of mom or dad's wife. You understand? They would have never, especially, I won't say never, but with their mother poisoning them against me, they would have never seen me as a mother. If the one who birthed you and is taking care of you, look at that shit, that's disgusting.
That's the one that I don't eat.
That's a squid. But if the one who birthed you and does everything for you, good or bad, tells you to hate something, you don't hate it or feel disloyal. So your kids have to stand with their mom. I get that.
It's the woman that birthed it.
Exactly.
But my thing is, every time, I always say this, the kid always grow up and see who the fucked up parent was.
I wasn't that
That's
wise.
gonna happen every time.
I wasn't that. I know that now. But maybe because both of my parents were fucked up, I didn't know one could be more fucked up than the other. Though I do favor my dad. But I favor my dad because if a parent raised me, if my father did raise me the best he could, I'm not taking that away from him. But if I had a parent that I spent more years with and more productive years with, it would be my dad versus my mother. They both taught me. My mom put me in fucking boot camp. A 1 year boot camp, that 1 year I spent with my mama. All the street that I am, she was like, baby, I only got 12 months with you. And she went, and sent me through fucking hell. I came out unscathed, but I learned so much. You and I wouldn't connect if I hadn't did that year with my mom. But I also gotta judge you because in that I don't have to judge you today. But it's me feeling like I'm looking down on you that caused you to pull yourself up. And the issue we're having now is you feel you pulled yourself up to my standard, and you think it's because of your past financial. It's your past, not your present. Your past financial situation, but it has nothing to do with that. All of that is timing. All of this is crazy ass God timing. But I stopped seeing you different because you stopped trying to impress me for whatever reason. And so I had to remind you, you still need to impress me. Because when you impress me, then I'm like, come whisper in your ear, baby, I got the next cheat code. You ready?
Ready to order or do you need some more time?
No, we're ready.
Ready?
You have a lobster?
Lobster tail dinner?
Yes.
You got it.
Baked potato?
It comes with mashed.
Okay,
Is that
I'm
good?
just shooting in the dark.
Oh, okay.
I didn't look at the menu.
Oh, okay. And for you?
I'll take the ribeye, medium well.
And for your sides?
I'll do the So the potatoes is twice baked.
Twice baked, yeah.
Can I get sour cream with sour cream and cheese and all that stuff come with it, right?
So it's already baked into it.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. Okay. And, hey, can I get some broccoli too?
Broccoli?
Yeah.
We have broccolini.
Steamed broccoli.
We have broccolini.
What's that?
It's like a broccoli with like a really long stem. It's kind of what it looks like.
It's still broccoli.
I mean, it's like slightly different. It's the closest thing to broccoli that we have. We don't have this
Okay.
broccoli.
But it's not a slice of a corn.
No, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. That's
Okay,
cool.
It's like
Alright.
long, skinny broccoli.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
You
about.
want
Okay.
that?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I just ate 2 jalapenos.
Oh yeah, they hot, baby.
I wasn't ready. I can't spit them out.
No,
What do you have
don't give
silverware?
us nothing.
Do you want to do the epicenter amber ale or the bad birdie?
Let me stop being dramatic. It was more fear of how hot is it going to get. It
It
ain't
got
reached
pretty
it.
hot though, right?
It's getting there now.
Oh, it's got an afterkick.
And I was like, ooh, a round calamari. It was 2 of them. I was like, ooh, 2 round calamari.
Oh, you
Pretty
ate
ass
2 of them
popping
together.
up.
Oh Lord.
Over here dancing too. I was over there like, and then my mouth set on fire. I was like, hold up. Goddamn broccolini done fucked me up.
It's got broccolini.
I'm like, bitch, this broccoli didn't cut off the stem. Bring that shit on. Let me just stop talking that way. Anyway. I'm the bestest friend you'll have. I would say this lifetime, but every lifetime if you remember me. And I know that I know you even though I don't know how I know you. But I know you're my soulmate. I know that we were brought. I have a code that is like probably the code you have, but I keep telling it can't come in my body, so it's like right here, just draining down my throat. So I think I'm gonna take some Dayquil when I get home, just so what is in there will go away.
Oh yeah.
But I pushed it this far back. I've been talking these dang codes up off me, but that first one after I talked, I couldn't get that one up off me. That one won.
I just shook off. I feel so much better now.
Yeah.
All messed up.
Yeah. I was waiting to see if you would tell it to leave your body. Did you ever tell it?
Yeah, bro. I know where you're going with.
Yeah. At some point, you just give up. I be thinking about if I get really sick, I can't ever give up. I gotta fight to the end. I can't ever say, but when I be getting these baby codes, this is the training ground to get sick. It's these codes. We gotta stay 10 toes down. That's why so many people either survive COVID or succumb to COVID. The ones that said, I'm not gonna die from this, 9 times out of 10 they didn't die. But it was the ones that were like, oh, they got me. Those are probably the ones that died.
So it's tragic. Or believe that it's not going to kill them in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's
Non-belief.
This shit ain't nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Then you sleeping and shit, and then that's when you know you wake up dead.
Mm-hmm. Wake up dead.
Sleeping on COVID.
I'm saying. So there's a multitude of reasons of why people succumb to
Your
this
booty
thing.
hurt.
No, my I don't know, but I wanted to change my position, but not because of discomfort. Even though my foot hurts. But you know, my view on you changed because you changed. And I will
I'm
take
trying to do better, that's all.
I will take my part of you changing into consideration because I've changed. You changed, I changed. You changed, I changed. You changed, I changed until we got to the point where we're done changing. And we're not changing for the better. We keep dropping our value and dropping our value and dropping our value to the point that we don't even talk to each other and we're okay with that. But because we are interconnected, we're not okay with that. And we're able to sustain this. We're not going to break up. I don't think anything will ever happen in our relationship where we'll ever break up. And I think that's a part for me to truly internalize because the money's about to be here. That I could go do whatever the fuck I want to. And you saw that in the room, so that I could do whatever the fuck I want to. Money ain't that far away. I think we thought, well, I can speak for myself. I thought that I could do whatever the fuck I want to. Money is billions away. Yes, I could do whatever the fuck I want to, but guess what? From the level I'm at right now, to do whatever the fuck I want to is gonna look way different than to do whatever the fuck I want to at billions, right? So why can't I look at 500,000 a year? I could do whatever the fuck I want to with that, and that's not that far away.
I felt that like with 125.
Me too. That's why we was eating freaking lobster every weekend. You know. But our expenses changed, the economy changed.
The economy kicked us and fucked us in the balls.
Our rent going from $700 to $2,100 kicked us in the balls.
Yeah, and my suite rent went up too.
Yeah, that fucked us up. But we, you know, steady progress. But I think we sat in some rooms with some individuals, and like I said, the most down-to-earth one was that African one, so that's the one we need to tap into. The other ones were pretentious, and those are the ones that are going to say but not do. But I think we could really get something out. Pursue them all, because they all going to give you something. But I think the one that's going to give us what we want, to be able to move into the next
Give
position.
me a haircut, at least a haircut.
Yeah.
If I get a haircut out of it, then that's a win for me.
Yeah. Because you're going to use that to pick some brains and remember what you picked so you can bring it home to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's how we win, is you let me in on it, then we can talk about it.
Pick their brains.
Hell yeah. If you got a room, you got to look at everybody as, do you think Obama's someone that's important? Would you feel privy to be in a room with Obama and give him a haircut?
Yes, I would.
Why?
Like you said, he's a prominent celebrity in our lifetime.
So,
And he's the first black president, yeah. I would feel honored.
so you represent a portion of our demographic that would have an opportunity.
Yes, I am black.
Because I'm black, and I'm gonna tell you why I would feel privileged to be in that room. Because I as well do, for the same reasons. But you had your opportunity to answer the question, so I'm gonna answer mine. But you represent a demographic because you're not the only one who thinks the way you think. So I'm not gonna discredit it. And I see exactly what you're saying because I respect them for the same reasons. I took Adoya, and she got her. I voted for Obama shirt on. Like I was first black president too.
That means something.
But, yes, so if I had the privilege to be, how long is a haircut, 45 minutes? Okay, no. Would we give Obama a 45-minute haircut? Or would we, like, wrap a towel or something? Like, Obama gotta get something besides.
Yeah, I will have to have a conversation with him, bro. Well, how much time you got, bro? We can do some shit.
So now we're having a consultation. So do you see how you're moving yourself from Dre Cuts today into the elite barber Dre Cuts? He has consultations in order to do a haircut. What are you looking for? You do it with the hair units. Do it with the haircut. Now you've already set yourself apart from others because now you're building to build that rapport with somebody, that business card, that's what you're doing right there.
Ooh, we should have got a salad.
I would like something that was alive. Like, not heartbeat alive, but earthbeat alive.
Flesh, not flesh.
Non-flesh. Anyway. How long would it take to do? So now you've invested in consultation. How long is a consultation?
10, 15 minutes.
So you've taken 15 minutes of your time, which is money. So you got to factor that into the cost of the haircut. What's happening next with the Obama haircut?
Probably going to cut his hair, trim his face, hot time, razor, and then finish detailing, lifestyle, grease, moisturize, whatever you got to do after that.
All right, so
That's a good hour.
an hour. Okay.
But that's a good time to talk too. So you can have a good conversation for an hour.
So we'll say your service will take 2 hours. Because right now you're training yourself to be a quick turnover barber. But now you need to start training yourself because what you can provide, no one else can provide because you provide you. And so once people know who you are by going to these things and these events with these people, that you can now start charging. Someone who said, I think that man said, how did I make 9 figures? He said that, but I couldn't remember the context. I was like, this man just said he makes 9 figures. I need to know what the fuck is going on in his head.
Most people pay $50 a haircut now. They pay me over that. I get $50 to $60 a haircut, and only 10 haircuts a day add up to $500.
So you're doing that with the knowledge that you have and the accessibility of clientele that you have. So imagine what you could do if you level your accessibility up to senators and doctors. I'm not saying you don't already cut doctors, but I'm talking about this man, this lawyer. I don't know. Can you cut more and more and more and more your entire...
Always be able to cut more.
Okay, so can you see what I'm saying? Because I know you're that guy. I wouldn't be married to you. I wouldn't tell when I tell your story. I say he used to bring home $1,000 Friday and Saturday. He made the rent in a weekend. I tell that part of your story. I tell that part where you were up there at 6 a.m. and there until 8 p.m. I tell that part of your story. I tell all that. But I also tell the part where you fell off. You let yourself go. You got comfortable. I don't know what the circumstances are. Only you do. But if you could grab back into the you that was out there doing those things.
There's a lot of different circumstances that happen.
I understand, but we don't have time to, unless you're looking at those circumstances, not of the reasons why this happened, but this is something that tripped me up. Now I gotta look at why this shit tripped me up, so the next time it happens, I don't get tripped up again. Right? Isn't that what a circumstance is? Something that trips you up? So if we're like, well, this is why, this is why, this is why, this is why, so we can feel better about ourselves, or if we're like, this is why did that trip me up? This is why did that trip me up? And then the next time it comes, because it is, right? Life is a cycle. You live in it over and over again.
But you don't have to fall into the same trap.
I know, because you figured out why you fell into it the last time you did.
But then it comes around again and then you fall into it.
Be like, bloop. That's because it switches up, babe. This life ain't nothing new. You live in the same day over and over again. We're just at different levels.
Ice cream.
That sounds good. We have an opportunity to level ourselves up and show other people how to do it. Show people how to be that power couple. Show people how to learn how to work together. Like, to pull ourselves out of the space that we're teetering on. I don't know if we're still in that space because you're giving me hope. This is me hoping. You can laugh if you want to, but I'm sure you've given up on this too.
Yeah, see, I don't wear my ring no more.
No, I just noticed that you don't wear your ring. When you said I don't have my ring on, that actually surprised me earlier. But I hadn't noticed. See, that's how little I pay you attention.
You didn't never notice.
No, because exactly, which is bad. Where we've gotten to the point where I don't pay you any attention, and that's not good. And I want to get to a point where that's like you didn't know I grew my nails out. You're like, you grew your nails out. Nigga, I literally have nail polish on with sparkles on it, and you ain't noticed. So you're not paying me.
I said something when I noticed.
Yeah, I just noticed you don't have your ring on when you said it earlier. And you said it again. I was like, oh yeah, that shocked me when you said that earlier. So you have to bring that to my attention. That's unfortunate. Me having to bring this to your attention, that's unfortunate. We shouldn't be in that space, I feel. I would like to know when my husband takes his wedding ring off. I would like for you to know when I grew my nails out. Like, this is a process. This isn't, I want nails. Like, this has at least been 3 months. and you didn't notice, which is fine. It's just like we both are ignoring each other, and that's not love to me. And this is what we call, well, I don't
I'm
call it
glad you
love.
understand that.
No, I don't call it love, but if I were to say this isn't love, you would get offended and say that I'm saying that you don't love me, and that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying this isn't love. We have to do something about this. And I have some ideas. And I know you don't think like me, and I know you don't do like I do, but you're not giving me any ideas. So can we at least try something?
My idea is just, you know,
Are you done with this?
stuff, yeah, doing the stuff organically, like just talking and sitting down, or just walking and talking and just doing things natural way and everything. That's my more way of leading like that. I just want us to just, you know, when I walk into the room, I want to be like getting butterflies and shit. That's my baby. I love her. That type, you know what I'm saying? I'm that simple.
Did you ever have that with me?
Yeah.
When did you lose it?
Almost 2 years.
Actually pinpoint that. That'll tell me the version that I was at when. I think that's true because I'm transcribing my journal from 2022. And I was in love with you too. You walked down water. I was like, oh, and Andre this and Andre that. I was like, where the fuck did this nigga go? Because you ain't none of this Andre I'm talking about in this journal. And then there's a period. This is why I've told you, document. Because you can literally see when I fell out of love with you. And I bet you if you were documenting, you would see where you fell out of love with me. And then we could go read how we moved when we were in love with each other.
Lobster comes out.
Thank you.
Can I have another?
We can identify what was happening when we were in love with each other. And then we can manifest those in a healthy way. Yes, we used to joke, but we were joking usually at the expense of other people because I was mean. I can admit I was mean, and I was a funny mean.
Joking.
I don't care.
I'm a nice guy.
I know, so why make jokes at the expense of anyone? I'm not saying this is my level of sensitivity. This isn't yours. So what I'm saying is my level of sensitivity is if I do make fun of somebody, it's gonna be for a purpose. So I was talking to Angel, and I was telling her, at least when you finished your marathon, you weren't acting all, you know, and I made a gesture. And she was like, Mom, you're so mean. I was like, I'm not making fun of her to make fun of her. It was a performance.
I was like, come on.
Yes, and so I told her I can talk about this not because I'm talking about it and mocking her. I'm talking about it because this is a visual representation that we both saw. And you know what I say.
Have that liberty too.
Of what?
Like if I see some shit too, that's.
Please.
I don't want to be, but I'm not gonna tell everybody that. I'm not gonna tell. Thank you.
Are you able to deliver it in a constructive way?
Well, yeah, it'll be just some me, you, or some shit I was saying, can just blur it out.
Oh no, you're talking about jokes. No, I'm talking about you wanting to have the liberty to be able to say, hey, can we change this up a little bit so I could be comfortable? Like if you were to get, and you say it in your own way, you're like, you're being disrespectful, but the way that you're saying that, you're not going to ever flip that switch to where she'll respect you because you don't respect her. You're disrespecting her, so she's disrespecting you. Your disrespect, because you have to understand, what you believe to be disrespectful from LoneeAppleton, oh, I know when I could be disrespectful, is completely different than when Adoy believes you're being disrespectful, right? You know you're not being disrespectful. I know how fucking disrespectful I can be. So when she says you're being disrespectful, you're like, you ain't even seen disrespectful yet. Do you understand that? So when she's saying you're being disrespectful, and that's why she disrespects you back, she knows how to disrespect you. What's the number one ways to disrespect a black man? It's like a book written somewhere. Because y'all are so, or because black men choose to be triggered until they choose not to be by the same thing. But so call them this, say this, say this. Most black men choose to be triggered by the same thing until they choose not to. You chose not to be triggered by certain words. So now when you hear those words now, you're like, you can't use that against me anymore because I've chosen not to be triggered by it. And then, but the fact that I still call you that doesn't mean I'm one of them petty bitches that's trying to trigger you.
That's still disrespectful in the
Which
sense
I'm not.
you trying to do to me. You trying to demean me still. Even though I don't react to you calling me a bitch, you know I'm not gonna react. But it's the fact that you will still calling me a bitch or soft or whatever the fuck is still demeaning and disrespectful. I don't care how you wanna explain it, it is.
I agree, because I mean to disrespect you.
Right,
but I'm not trying to trigger you. So when you sit there and say I tried to get you, listen. Do you think, I'm not talking a door, I'm talking me. Do you think, knowing you since 2010, studying you since 2010, actively studying you, that I would ever create a situation where I would want you to hit me? You think that I would want you, me, not your dealings with other women, not your knowing of other women. You know I am very calculated. Do you think that I would do you think I would be shocked if you hit me? Or do you think I'd be like, yeah, that motherfucker hit me? Which one do you think it would be? I would be shocked. For you to ever sit here and think that I am purposely trying to get you to hit me? Like, do you know the level of disrespect I know that I would need to take it to trigger that in you? Like, to trigger that in you? Clearly, me saying the things that I'm saying to you, I'm not trying to trigger you. I am trying to disrespect you because you respond to disrespect. When I told you wasn't good enough for me, that was disrespectful, and you proved me wrong. So now, you ain't doing what the fuck you know you're supposed to be doing. Nobody in that room is better than you, but they doing some things different than you, and you deserve to know what that shit is too. And I know that's what you want. So when I'm looking at you and you like, I did this, I did that, I was like, bruh, I know what you are capable of. You ain't even trying to scratch the surface of it. Brother, whatever's going on, I'm on the outside looking in, you don't talk to me. All I know is, like, what I saw today, you got that potential. So when I'm looking at you these past 2 years, I'm like, nah, bro, you ain't doing everything you can because I know what potential you got. And so that's why I flip to disrespect. Trying to speak into you, you still get offended. And you need to get so offended that you move. But if you knew that I loved you, you would move because I love you. So this conversation tonight is your opportunity to move because I love you. Because up until this point, I've only gotten you to move if I disrespect you. And the disrespect has gotten to the point that I call you the things that I have. That's how I have had to escalate to get you to move. And yes, you move yourself, I understand that. But can you acknowledge that since we've been together, you've moved a little differently, and I inspired some of those moves. Not all of them, but some of them. And if I haven't inspired any of your moves, then you're with the wrong woman. Because your woman should inspire you to move.
Of course, you always inspire me, but then, you inspire sometimes too.
And I appreciate you sharing that with me. Tell me when I'm doing that.
No man will have to deal with that or suffer through that. A real motherfucker would have just been gone and dipped, like for real.
No, a real motherfucker would have stayed.
Listen, like
no, you talking about a street nigga and want nothing ass nigga.
I'm not.
You are.
I'm talking about the dude that's struggling.
So then you're not real.
I'm talking about the dude that's struggling and know that he nothing what those words said. He know he's not that, and he feel disrespected because the woman even fucking thinking of him like that.
So instead of asking her why,
because it's hard times. It's like I can't tell you how to be a woman, and obviously think you know how to be a man.
You can tell me how to be a woman that is pleasing to a man, and I can tell you how to be a man that is pleasing to a woman. I'm not asking you to change every aspect of your manhood. I'm asking you to change the aspects that have to do with me and this family. That's it. You could be whoever you want to be to Ezra. You could be whoever you want to be to Andre. But Adoy, Angel, Michael, and Caden, let's have some compromise on who you are with them and who I am with them, so that we both make sure that, per our belief, because one day our sons are going to be married to women and our daughters are going to be married to men. So per our belief, from the female perspective, I believe that your message would be delivered a little bit better, because we want our sons to be pleasing to their wives, right? So I think that message is perfect, but if you added a feminine spin to it, so that when I'm delivering my message from my perspective and I'm adding a masculine spin to it, I'm also teaching your teaching, but I'm also teaching my way. And you are validating what mom says, and so it's not, I'm going to do it dad's way, I'm going to do it mom's way. Like, what dad says mom way is cool some of the time too, and mom says dad way is cool some of the times too. So now we're impacting each other's messages, but at some point we got to get on the same wavelength so that we can deliver each other's messages.
Yeah, I'm never telling them nothing against your word. If you say something, then that's what, you know what I'm saying? That's what they do. You don't tell them not to do nothing that you tell them to do.
I didn't say that at all.
I was just stating. But that's what it sounds like.
No, it's saying that for you to say I don't think like you, or for you saying, I'm saying we're reading as a family, you're like, I don't want to read. It's not offering any alternative to, I don't want to read, but, or I'll read with you once a week or something. It's just like, I don't want to be a part of that. And it's just like, we're doing something as a family. I don't care how crazy it sounds. You don't want to participate at all. That's a possible bonding opportunity with your family. We're sitting around reading, sharing thoughts and ideas. You get to listen to your sons actually start philosophizing and actually having thoughts that fucking matter about important things and about life.
All right, y'all. A couple things coming in.
Thank you.
Pleasure. Lipstick?
Yep.
And lobster.
Yes, lobsters.
Thank you, dear.
Pleasure.
Oh, man.
Oh, we never
Anything
got
else I can
any
get?
silverware.
Silverware, yeah.
Do you guys have A1?
I do. I'll grab that too.
Thank you, dear.
Yeah, we can't even eat it.
Here's brocklets, y'all. Ooh, shit. Help me out here, son.
Why you all over there with that hot stuff?
Because you know my hands and stuff don't work right, so I gotta move a little differently. So I was actually struggling.
Ooh, that's good. They sauteed it already.
You know, I'm gonna eat with my hands. I always eat my lobster with my hands. What is that?
Something juicy.
Anyway, I think we had a good discussion today. We can spend the rest of our dinner talking how you want to talk.
No, good.
I like that beat.
I love the engagement. I love us to be talking like this and thinking of ways to come up together. That's what we're supposed to do. I missed, like I posted a picture of, and I just missed like 10 months. We ain't got that.
Thank you.
My pleasure, y'all. Thanks for your patience. Yeah.
Ooh, and nice.
All the good stuff.
Yes,
All right, y'all.
thank you,
Enjoy.
dear. And I agree, but it was the chemistry. It wasn't that version. We're never gonna get that version back per me. But we can create another version. If we were able to do it once, we could do it again. But we could do it on our terms. So So I can be the wife to you that you would like me to be. I can be the mother to our children that you would like us to be. And you can be the husband that I would like to have, and be the father that I would like for my children to have, the businessman, the businesswoman. Let's become that power couple. Let's make motherfuckers look at us and be like, yeah, they are couple goals. Because everybody's counting us out right now. Everybody giving you advice actually cackling at you. They don't like me, so since they don't like me, they don't want to see us win. They would rather watch your life fall apart than see you win with a bitch they don't like. Just know that to be true about somebody. It ain't got to be all of them, but there's got to be one. Because that's what I feel. And my feelings is always real. And we about to defy the odds if you're gang. They didn't bring me no lemon, and you already know. I gotta squeeze it. You got a lemon or a lime?
Thank you.
I'm trying to get it. It's a lemon. You see a lemon? You gotta squeeze it.
Gotta be careful with that little lid thing right there. Watch your elbows and stuff. Be conscientious of what's going on.
Cause I sure don't be paying attention. This is where my boys get it from. Bumping into stuff. Proximity, whatever it's called. Things in the mirror seem closer than they appear. Or are closer than they appear.
That's pretty good.
I just think our family deserves the best. Oh, I found a lemon that had one hidden. And I think together we can figure out how to do it.
You got the shit baked in here for real.
Did I already tell you I appreciate our conversation?
Yeah.
Alright. So
Appreciate our meal. Shit.
I just want to let you know that this discussion has helped me grow into you, into our relationship. Something I've been struggling to do.
I'm not your enemy.
But you act like my enemy.
I'm not though.
I know, me neither. So we both need to stop fighting each other. But we also need to know
I think you think it's more of a competition than what you competing against me for.
I'm not competing against you so much, so it's like I'm waiting to see if you're gonna level up. And they be like, nope, he failed again. Nope, he failed again. Nope, he failed again. We're stuck here. Nope, he failed again. So it's not that I'm preying on your downfall. I'm just waiting for you to prove me wrong. So I'll just be waiting for you to prove me right. This is another failure. He's gonna make me feel like I'm making some progress, and we're gonna have a really great conversation. And then the next conversation we have, he's gonna be telling me that we have no interest in raising his family together, which is pretty much what you be telling me. And I'm like, damn, we just had an amazing conversation 2 days ago, and now he's saying fuck your vision. And it's,
You have to think about this in your head. I've spent 7 years married to you, 13, 14, 15 years invested in you, and made a family with you. Why would I want to mess that up?
so that would go back to my reference of these past 2 years. You literally have been a toddler, just throwing a tantrum, knocking everything off the table. So no, you wouldn't want to, but you don't know what to do to keep it, so you would rather intentionally destroy it than to admit that I don't know what to do. And this isn't the whole time, because we've gone to therapy and stuff like that. You're having this conversation because you're willing to admit I don't know what to do. And so, but we've been in the space of Can I have some more lemon?
More lemon?
Yes. But, you know, it's being in the space of I don't know what to do. But looking at me as your enemy. So when I come to you and say, hey, here's a possible solution to our problem, you automatically get offended and resist me. And we're literally same team. Like, nigga, I'm trying to solve this problem too. I don't want to, like, you used to be my best friend. And now I can't even say if I like you or not. Now today I do. You've shown great promise today. But consistently, and I'm sure you can say the same, your version about me. I just want to be secure in knowing that you're trying. Not trying to fight against me. But every time I say jump, you say how high. Every time you say jump, I say how high. Because I'm trying to make something happen for us. You're trying to make something happen for us, right? So it shouldn't be, no, that ain't me. We can say, you know what, this is how we can do it. It's just like going and getting that pie recipe for you. Okay, I don't mind opening the door for you. So if I come to you and I say I have an idea, it should never be no. It should be, okay, here's how we can do it.
But if I don't agree with it, and if I don't see it feasible, or why not say I don't think I can go with that?
As long as it's not your default. I feel in the past has been your default. Because usually things that you disagree with, you have a reason why you disagree with it. You don't just disagree with stuff. So if you can't give a reason why you disagree, why do you disagree? Just because I disagree, well, that can't be it. It has to be, this is why I disagree. Because it's 2024, and you're trying, and you are actively working to raise a black family to a place that you've never seen before. And again, that could just be the level up. One more level up. You done already raised a black family to a level you've never seen before. I've never seen no one live like us. That's why we live so bad, because we don't know how to live like this. We're going to the next level up. And I know you can do it because you've already done it. Oh shit, I dropped my napkin.
Almost got mine too.